I think we can do up to 8. Is that correct?
Yeah, we could do pretty much whatever numbers. Just the more people, obviously, the less decisions everyone will make. So that way we're not here all night. But we can happily get them in, and
all right. This stream is currently streaming directly through my channel now. I haven't looked yet to see what it looks like, but just so you know, we're all streaming.
Yay! Hello, broader internet world outside of this Zoom.
Oh, cool. There we go.
Also, you are on another Twitch stream, so we've
that internet. So much.
You've got that internet. You've got Jer's internet. And you've got many of the internets.
Excellent.
Jer, do you need to let people in? Oh no.
I need to settle down, motherfucker.
Hey.
See, I got that.
Almost.
Boop, boop, boop.
So, Mike, I'm going to send you our donation page. Feel free to use it as a way to make decisions.
Okay. All right.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. What's going on, bud?
I always forgot. Zoom, touches up your features. I look so much better on Zoom than Teams or anything else.
You do?
This took me from a 4 to a 6. That's
But
pretty
be clear.
That's
Be
pretty
clear. This is you touched up right now.
You know what?
I want to make sure I got it right.
this might be me touched up.
There we go.
I like to set up really weird backgrounds. I'm glad this was the one that came up when I joined. Not some weird shit.
Language.
Ah!
Poop. I cannot wait till we get into the proper part of this, and it's just a fucking swear fest.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, it's we'll see. I tend to be pretty curse heavy, but I'm gonna try my best to not be here. We'll see.
I'm not even gonna try.
I've got my finger on the button for our
a word, and I'm good for it.
Yeah, so this money from the swear jar is going to the kids, right?
That's right. We're gonna figure out price per swear at some point, because if it gets too sweary, that could be a lot of ramen for whoever has to pay up.
That's the shit.
That's right.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Ramen.
So this with the donation page, so will I see how long is it between when people donate and when it moves? If I wanted to say, all right, all you out there in the internet, vote with your dollars, is that a thing I can do? Or can people put it a comment with their donation? Is there a way for
They can
this?
put a comment.
It's pretty slow though. I forgot about that. Because we did that with the punishment games, and it was pretty pokey.
Okay.
I would say, if you want, we could ask them to leave comments that we could then use for later. So it's maybe they want to choose our character name, or maybe you want to ask something, and then we'll get back to it and just use it as
Yeah, you guys, if anyone's out there listening and wanting to donate some money, you should definitely name these folks. Let's get some donations for character names.
I dig that. I like that a lot.
You could do a twofer, because you could name someone like Captain Shithead, and then there you go. We're all going to have to add to the swear jar, just like that.
oh.
Oh my god, that's going to be brutal.
Oh man. All right, who else do we have coming in?
I'm tweeting this all out and all that jazz.
Do we need dice or anything, Mike?
Yes, so we are going to use D6s here for this game that we call Science and Sentiment. So D6s, but you can always just, use Google if you don't have physical dice around you. But you'll need about, I think 4 will be solid.
I'm gonna go.
I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm gonna hit my gaming room really quickly and grab some.
Jared, can you grab me some?
I will.
Thank you.
Me too.
I'm glad I got that in your head, Jared.
Really, really pleased about that. I'm gonna murder you. All right. Not a credible threat. And
Okay.
for those of you watching, I tweeted it, but I want to mention it on the stream for those seeing it. This game session was donated to us by Guided Games, gratis, for the raising of the money for the sick kids and such. So huge amount of appreciation to Guided Games for donating this.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
Sweet.
Ooh,
I think they donated to us, or I just said that.
Yeah,
And
we did. We did.
sent us a bill, which is
Right.
actually the coolest move you could ever pull. Is be like, so now this is donated publicly. Good luck sending a bill.
Unless you want to tell the sick kids that you want their money, in which case, I guess it's not donated.
You're gonna donate more money, but the Guided Games people took our bill.
The bad man came and took the money. No,
Sorry,
this is
kids. Tried.
this is definitely donated on behalf of Guided Games. While we are waiting to get set up here, so I will tell you guys a little bit about the company. So 2 of us from the company are here. Scotty is another founding member of Guided Games. We do games over the internet, specifically over Zoom, because that is how we all hang out now. So we are going to be playing a custom game that we have. This is what we call RPGG. This specific game is Science and Sentiment. Like I said earlier, it is a lasers and feelings variant that we have made for our little company here. So we do trivia and the guided game show and a hidden identity game called Cootie Catcher and Scavenger Hunt, a whole bunch of different stuff. So if anyone watches this and likes it and is interested in playing, come check us out sometime.
Right on.
And it's guided.games. That's how you come check us out. I realize I'm just saying find us, but it's more helpful to give you a web address since you all know how to internet.
Coolest URL in the world too. So.
Yeah, we got pretty lucky grabbing it. So definitely come say hey, come play a game. It'll be a fun time for everybody.
If you like Secret Hitler, Jared, you definitely like the Cootie Catcher one. You basically like try to figure out who's got the cooties on the playground by like looking for weird things that they're doing, like tells.
Yeah, everyone we do. It's broken up. The game mechanics are basically 2 parts. You do story time. I give you guys a prompt. You all tell a little story about yourselves. You're all playing as kids on a playground. And then after story time, we have a snack break. And if you share your snack with a cootie kid, you will catch cooties. And you're trying to avoid that. So all the cootie kids have to follow special rules, little quirks, things they have to do or say in their Zoom window as they're playing. So yeah, if you like Secret Hitler, Salem, Werewolf, any of those types of things, it's pretty fun.
I like that concept quite a bit. And not just because I'm always catching weird diseases. Weirdly, on playgrounds. I don't know. For the kids.
For the kids.
That was the most dubious use of for the kids so far this weekend. Of all of my questionable decisions, that was right up there. All right, you said how many 6-siders?
4 will be plenty. You'll probably usually just be rolling 1 or 2, but 6 will get you all the way there.
I do love getting all the way there. For the kids.
And we have a new winner for most questionable use of For the Kids.
Yeah, that definitely is top most questionable right there.
Oh, and record time too.
So Lana was hoping to join. She is running 13 minutes late, as it turns out, because she thinks it'll be about 15 minutes from now. So, do we wait or do we begin? I don't know what your guys' time looks like.
We could probably like pick out our characters or something, or do you want to just wait?
It's
I'm
up to you guys.
Doing any of the above. First of all, I'm sensitive to like the theft of Mike's time. But yeah, I mean, like if we start doing the character thing, and if she gets here, cool. And if she doesn't by then, we can just go. You know.
Ooh, we should just pick her character for her.
That
I
could
like
be
that a
that could
lot.
be the punishment.
Yeah, that's your punishment for being late. I dig it.
Okay, cool. So then, yeah, we're gonna skip around a little bit. We'll skip to character creation, and then we'll do the shipbuilding as a unit. All right. So, like I said, we are gonna play a little game called Science and Sentiment. I am gonna be your guide today. You can call me Mike, or you can call me by my in-game name, the artificial intelligence known as Gigi, who will be leading you on this journey. It's up to you. We'll see more in character when we're not. We are going to, like I said, play a variant of Lasers and Feelings, if anyone has done that before. So it's a pretty simple rules-light system. We're going to use D6s, and we are going to go on an interdimensional adventure here. You guys are going to explore the newly discovered dimension of Space 2. So we are going to start this time by building our characters. And how we're going to do that is we're going to answer a couple questions. So first, I'm going to ask you guys to tell me your roles aboard the ship. And I'm going to send you a couple choices here in the chat. So you are going to have 7 roles to choose from. So what this means in terms of game mechanics is if you are doing something that you are prepared for. So let's say that you go with this first option here, medic, and you are trying to heal someone. I'm going to give you an extra dice or an extra chance at succeeding in that endeavor because you have experience in it. You are practiced in it, right? If you're trying to bandage someone up and you're a doctor, you're probably going to do better than me, a lawyer. I don't know how to do that. Now, reverse, if you're a doctor and you're trying to re-hardwire the ship in a pinch to get off an alien planet, probably not so hot at that. So, you won't get that advantage. So that's what you need to be thinking about here as you pick your roles. And for those out there listening, because I don't know that you can see the chat, so far the roles I have given our players here as medic, diplomat, engineer, explorer, pilot. Here comes scientist, and last but not least, soldier. So these are the roles that you will need to choose from. I will leave it up to the players here to decide if they want to talk about it. You could all be medics. It could be, a ship full of doctor, whatever you want to do. Or you could split it up. You can game it however you want. I will say it's an adventure for fun. So don't worry about min-maxing the frickin' situation here. We're going to have a good time regardless. But to the extent that you guys want to talk it out amongst yourselves before you make any choices, feel free.
I'm going to roll a D7. So
What?
looks like I'm a scientist.
Awesome. Okay.
I'm gonna also roll a d7. I am a scientist.
Okay, I like it.
No.
I'm gonna roll 49 dice and take the average. I'm a scientist as well.
Oh my god.
The only thing I know I'm not going to be is a soldier, so I'm going to roll a d6. Scientist.
We go with pilot.
Okay. All right.
Nerd.
I'll go medic.
Okay.
Now I'm going to actually see what I roll. Diplomat. The perfect role for Jared.
Oh god.
Known for his diplomacy. Yes, this seems right. It'll be easy to roleplay for me.
You talk a lot.
I assume that was a joke at my expense. It's really hard to hear you. Are you back on your drive?
Okay. So I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. So let's go in order. Scott, tell me your role again.
I am a scientist.
Okay, that's what I thought. Jer, we've established you're a diplomat. Corey,
Medic.
medic. Ryan,
Pilot.
Sabadass, you're a scientist.
Scientist.
Also.
Yep.
Scientist. And Lana, what do we got going on down there?
Lana sent in text what hasn't been taken. Soldier, explorer, engineer.
I think it matters, doesn't
Is that a cat?
Engineer, she says.
He says engineer.
Engineer. Okay. All right. Awesome. So the next thing that I need to know from you guys is I need to know a little bit about your personality as we get in here. So let me give you your options. Again, you're going to have choices, and you can all be the same thing if you want. It's up to you. So first up, we have the do-gooder. You got a description there in the chat. Next up, we have the extraterrestrial, a little variation from the default human position. Third option is the wild card. Fourth choice here is we have a form of artificial intelligence. Number 5, we have overconfident. Number 6, we have the unshakable. And last but not least, we have our clever folks aboard the ship. So, again, doesn't really matter. It's up to you guys if you want to talk about it.
I'm rolling the D7 already.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to second that. Jero needs to be overconfident.
Yeah.
Overconfident diplomat? Okay. Jared, the
Sold.
people have spoken? Okay.
It's supposed to be role play, not just yourself.
This is gonna be a really big reach for me. That part.
I'm gonna be the ET, the
Okay.
extraterrestrial.
That's what I rolled as well.
Oh shit!
I love
Two
it.
extraterrestrial scientists. Great.
This is fantastic. This is a
Useful.
great crew.
I'm pretty sure I played this Mass Effect run.
Corey, what do you
Already
think?
confident.
I will go with form of AI.
Okay. We got a lot of non-Earthlings aboard this mission. I like it.
Lana wants a roll, so we're gonna roll it again. Stop. 5, overconfident.
Oh, that is going to be great to see you two interacting. This is going to be wonderful.
Overconfident engineer and the correctly confident.
All right, Ryan, what would you like for this run?
We'll go with unshakable.
Unshakable. That is probably good for a pilot. I think that makes sense.
Right. You're a leaf on the wind.
Okay, so last but not least is I need your names. I don't see any new donations. If I missed it somewhere else, someone please tell me. But I think it is up to you guys to choose those names, as far as I can tell. And what I would ask is when you know your name, just go ahead and change your Zoom name to your character name. And that is how
How
I
do
will
we do that?
refer to you. You click the little 3 dots by your name. You should have a rename option. If not, I will. Well, actually, I can't do it for you because I'm not the host, but the host can rename you as well.
I am human 1.
Fantastic.
Let's see.
They'll never see it coming.
I am imposter.
I'm Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Fantastic.
Otto von. Oop, I misspelled that though. Otto von Stalin. Known diplomat.
I'm just gonna call you Otto, like from The Simpsons.
I am Windstorm. Windstorm L. Remington the 13th.
They're not doing too well, huh? 13.
No, we're all.
The long line of Remingtons.
There's a lot of Remingtons.
They're unshakable. They're not infallible. Turns
Yeah.
out.
Our bloodline's actually a roguelike, so.
Okay. And so I think Lana is our last one to be named here. We have quite the crew going forward.
Who's imposter?
Me.
Ah, nice.
Yep.
Very sus.
Don't make me meet you in electrical.
Why do you have your video off?
Because Twitch. Streamlabs is taking over the camera. It is. I wouldn't trust me.
I will get you a name in just a minute.
No worries. No worries. Okay, so as we are working on that, I'm going to tell you, before we start building the ship, I'm going to talk to you a little bit again about how this works. So there is one thing you need to know before we head into Space 2, and that is your science and sentiment number. So this is going to be the main gameplay mechanic. Each of you need to pick a number for me between 2 and 5. That number is going to be used to determine how successful you are as we go through the mission. So at certain times, I'm going to ask you to roll some number of 6-sided dice. It will depend on what you're doing, whether you're prepared, having help, etc. And that's how we're going to determine if you actually pull off the cool, awesome space hijinks that you want to pull off. So if you choose a higher number, so a 4 or a 5, that means you are better at science. So what do I mean by that? Science is anything that is based in technology, something that's rationality, so any calm, calculated, precise action. Those are going to be science-based activities. It's not like literally like if you're using a beaker. It's just anything that is that sort of calculated, reasoned type of action. And when I ask you to roll with science, to be successful, you need to roll below your number. So that's why if you have a high science number, like a 5, you have much better odds of rolling below that and succeeding in science. On the opposite end of science, we have sentiment. So that is anything dealing with intuition, diplomacy, seduction, if you guys want to get a little raunchy tonight. It is almost 8 o'clock,
Hello.
So wild, passionate action. If you're going with your gut, you're rolling with sentiment. So anything like that, anything impulsive, anything in that nature, you're rolling with sentiment. So if you have a lower number, for example, a 2, when you roll with sentiment, you're trying to roll above that number. So if you roll above your number, you'll be successful.
Well, I am an ET, so you should see my tentacles.
I would love to see your tentacles.
2. I'm choosing a 2.
I would not like to see your tentacles.
I'd like to see them briefly while they're on their way to where they're going, and then I prefer to feel them. If you know what I mean.
I don't,
For the
but
kids.
I mean the
Don't.
substance. I would like you to savagely penetrate the tentacles.
Otto sounds like a 2 for sure. So when you decide that number, do me a favor and tag it onto your name. So put your name dash your number. Okay, and that way we'll all know as we go through the game kind of who, where people are at.
So do you pick one number for science and then one for
No,
sentiment,
just
or you pick
one number
one
total. Yeah, it'll be the same number always. So like if you choose
Okay.
a 5, you're gonna kick ass at science rolls, but
Uh-huh.
like God forbid, like you need to hold Otto and like let him know that like it's okay that the tentacle touched him. That's gonna be tough for you, if you go with a 5. It's gonna be
It's
tough.
the
but-
Kinsey scale for logic over feelings. I'm a Kinsey 2, as it turns out.
just you wait. Meet me in electrical.
I'm gonna become a Kinsey like 17. It's gonna get weird.
You keep yourselves out of my electrical bin.
There's so many clamps.
I'm just curious.
So am I.
I like that our extraterrestrials have gone in like different directions. This is good.
The science ET with a low science skill. Don't worry about it.
They tried to tell him at career day and he just wouldn't listen.
Did not believe them.
All right,
Windstorm
so,
Remington the 13th. You can't have 13 as your number. It's got to be 2 to 5.
That's right.
There we go.
Okay, so let me tell you a little bit more about these numbers. So I said you're going to roll some amount of dice, right? So if you're going into a situation and you're not particularly prepared for it, or you're not an expert in that area, you're just going to roll 1d6. If you are prepared, if you can explain to me why this is actually, you know, let's say you guys make a plan before you go into a situation and you're just carrying out that plan, right? Then, okay, maybe I'll give you an extra dice for that. If you, like I said, if you're an expert, so if a scientist is actually holding a beaker, shit, man, that's perfect. You get a bonus for that. Okay, you get to roll an extra dice. You can also help each other out if you can give me a good narrative reason to do that. So if one of you wants to help a fellow crewmate and you can explain how and why you're doing that, I will let you roll a dice. If you succeed, then your crewmate will get an extra dice for their attempt. If you happen to roll your exact number, so let's say human number 1 rolls a 4, that means he's rolled his science and sentiment number exactly. He will succeed, and he will get to ask me a question about what is going on. So things like, what is the NPC really feeling? Who's really behind this? How could I get them to, you know, give me the keys that I'm looking for? Anything
How
like
many
that.
tentacles fit in Jared's butt?
Yes.
All
Things
of
that
them.
I obviously know the answer to. So that is the benefit of rolling your exact number. I will tell you also, before we actually get into the shipbuilding and get this adventure going, you guys have 3 things that will come with you onto this journey. All of you will have your standard issue planetary Space Force multidimensional vac suit. That means no matter where we are, even if you're outside in the middle of space 2, your human or not so human bodies will be able to survive just fine. You don't need to worry about any of that. You can go wherever you want. You'll be good. Next up, you will have the super smartphone. It's like a regular smartphone that can communicate throughout dimensions. So you'll be able to use that to talk back home. And best part is it has Google's Ultimate Translator app. You will be able to speak with anyone we happen to come across. You don't need to worry about any sort of language barriers as we're out there in space too. And last item that you all have with you is your interdimensional blaster. It's a gun that works in space too. You can have it set to lethal or non-lethal. It is up to you. You just have to tell me before you use it. And we're not going to keep track of bullets because that's a lot of unnecessary accounting. You got a blaster, you can use it, not constantly, but you know, within reason. I think everyone will be okay. We'll cross the bridge if we come to it.
GG, this blaster, it shoots lasers, correct?
Yeah, it could shoot lasers unless you have some other idea of what bullets look like in interdimensional space.
How much recoil does this blaster? Is it like break your wrist / tentacle or?
No. We designed it with your tentacled body in mind. It's a very light recoil. It's you know, for even the slipperiest of hands it can work.
The light has light recoil is what I'm hearing. Perfect. Why is Blake not here? Come on.
I had to.
I just thought about turning the lights on and slamming down on the table.
The commitment you had to just
Trying to kill me?
Trying to kill me? When we walked out the front door and you went to the ground on the sidewalk. Top-notch trolling.
All right. All right, my questions are answered.
Okay. Yeah, does anyone have any other questions about how the rolling will work, your gear, anything like that?
I can think of none. I'm sure I'll come up with some,
What was the bit about the suit you were explaining?
Yeah, it's we call it the Planetary Space Force Interdimensional Vac Suit. All it means is that you are fine whether you're inside or outside of your ship. It can withstand any of the conditions of space 2. I mean, you get dropped in like a bad acid or something, you're going to have problems. But in terms of just existing in the environment, you will be good to go.
Do we have just one of those, or do we have one for everybody?
Each of you have one. Yeah, all of you have all of these things. You all
All right.
have your vac suit, your super smartphone, and your blaster. So you guys all can communicate, you can kill, and you can, you know, float.
I really like the
Is
idea
that the
that we all had to
acronym?
share one.
I meant that there would only be one available, not that we'd share it.
But we could if we succeed in that sentiment score. That
I was
roll.
going to say, I think you and I can share one there, Tentacles.
It
Yo.
needs a 2-week decom. Cycle first. Pretty sure.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's clean.
Touch, 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 touch.
We lost a crew member.
Yeah.
Our engineer.
Imposter too.
As a scientist.
Self-report on Jason.
All right, question for our extraterrestrials here, since we have a little bit of extra time. Let's do some more world building. So you obviously don't come from Earth. Human number 1, where do you hail from?
I am most definitely from Earth. I am
Oh.
human, and can't prove otherwise.
Okay, all right. I apologize.
Very
I
good.
shouldn't have disparaged you like that. I take it back.
Amazing.
Imposter.
actually-
How about yourself?
I am from the planet Blargnak, and
Nice.
we have lots of tentacles. The more tentacles, the better. It's how we express our feelings, touching tentacles. And I'm really confused about these humans who don't have tentacles. So how do they feel?
I have one tentacle.
Oh,
I'll show you.
go on. In electrical.
Let's go to electrical. And I'll show you my
No.
tentacle and how I feel with it.
Go on. So yeah.
Okay, I like it. I've heard great things about the summers in Blargnak. I have wonderful weather by the seaside. It's it is purple, but it's nice.
I mean the purple oceans, and if that's what we even call them, it's with these humans on ship here. They don't understand our Blogneck words, but yeah, can't stay in too long or it'll dye your tentacles.
Ooh, no good.
Purple?
No, yeah, you gotta watch out.
All right. So we have everyone locked in. Parnar, am I pronouncing it correctly?
Sure.
Excellent. That's a great answer. Everything I say today will be pronounced correctly. We'll just assume that. Okay. All right. Are you guys ready to go on this adventure?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
That's yes.
Right, friend.
That's yes.
Well, I'll translate.
All right. Welcome aboard, crew. My name is Gigi, the AI operating system built into this vessel. I will be guiding you on this journey, but it will ultimately be up to you to make the decisions. This is, of course, the maiden voyage for this spaceship, which means you get to name it. What shall we call her?
Why does it have to be a her? On Blargnek, we don't
How this works.
understand gender.
Well, then it shouldn't bother you.
On Earth, we don't either.
It's just they. That's the ship.
It's the USS They.
They are a great ship.
I like it.
Yep.
I like it.
Excellent. They is a very fitting name for this vessel. As you know, we've been tasked with exploring the newly discovered dimension of Space 2 as members of the Planetary Space Force. Our research suggests that intelligent life abounds in Space 2, but you are the first humans to be able to travel to that dimension. It remains unknown whether you will be accepted or perceived as a threat. Regardless, we must not let anyone from that dimension attempt to follow our path back to Earth. We don't know exactly how that would affect the planet, but our scientists tell us it can't be good. Unfortunately, our beloved Captain Cooper has fallen ill. We aren't sure what happened, but before he collapsed, he said, "Beware the..." something. I couldn't quite hear him. But you, Otto, I believe you were standing next to him when he fell. What is it that Captain Cooper told us to beware of?
I'm not gonna lie. I was more than a little distracted by what Imposter was doing with his tentacle. But I'm pretty sure he just pointed at Parnar. I honestly, I'm not sure.
Did any of you hear anything from Cooper before he fell? Or was it only the point?
I was too engrossed in touching my tentacles on Captain Cooper to feel the despair going on in his body.
Excellent. In that case, we will have to beware the Parnar. Pay close attention and stay on high alert as we travel for anyone or anything besides Parnar calling itself Parnar. As I've transported Captain Cooper to the medical bay to recover, this means it will be up to all of you to pilot the ship on this voyage. Fortunately, Windstrom has been training for just such an occasion. The good news is, Headquarters says we will have time to install 2 upgrades before we depart. I will send you a list in the chat, and you will tell me which 2 we will have installed before venturing into Space 2. And so, friends, I'm going to send you your options, and for those people watching, I will say what they are. We have the boosters, which will allow you to travel faster through Space 2. The advanced piloting system, it will allow you to navigate with ease, doing nimble maneuvers, so not as fast as the boosters, but you can make quick turns and all sorts of cool aerial stunts. We have the reinforced hull, which will give you some additional armor plating in case we take damage while we are out there. We have shields, which will help avoid that damage in the first place, and in the right setting could maybe even be used as a sort of weapon. You have the technology package. Like any good vehicle, there is a premium package that has all the additional bells and whistles, that being GPS, radar, etc., to help you actually navigate your way. You have camouflage. There is no sunroof option. There's a moonroof, though, if you pay twice as much. We have the camouflage, which will help you hide in plain sight should the need arise. And last but not least, we have artillery. Because while we come in peace, it never hurts to have a backup plan. So, you all get to pick 2 of those items to take and get installed in the ship before we actually head to the other dimension here. What would you guys like?
I'm gonna put a 1-minute poll on my channel for the viewers
Yes,
to
that is a great
choose
idea.
something. So I think
I'm gonna let the 1-minute poll joke that is obvious go by. But
I know
need
it
you
only
to
takes
know
you
that it
30
was-
seconds, but
That's me doing it twice poll. Yeah.
We need 2 numbers, so.
Advanced
you-
piloting system for 1.
I mean, don't we have a pilot?
that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he
You've
was. I
played
thought he
how
was.
many, how many
very
games have you
confident.
played with me?
Aren't you our advanced piloting system?
Hey, Mike. What
Really?
what was his personality? Our pilot's personality, by the way.
He is
Unshakable.
he is unshakable.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
Unshakable.
He doesn't
Unshakable
need
when he
it.
has an advanced piloting system under him. We're not getting that. That's garbage.
As your
I'll
diplomat,
remember this.
I need you to know that the best form of diplomacy is the threat of extreme violence. So the artillery is an incredibly strong negotiating tool, if you will.
I second that.
Advanced piloting system, the APS, the apps.
Apps. So
The
I
killer
vote.
apps.
We do. I got an app for that.
It's just an Android phone.
Oh, I got to reboot it again. Shit.
You only have 5 options. in
We'll do
your,
shields. That way,
You
after
can only do
the
5.
artillery goes terribly wrong, then we have something.
So chat has chosen 3 to 0 for everything else. Technology package.
Okay.
That feels right. I vote tech package and artillery. We get 2, right?
Yep, you get 2. So tech package
That's
is
my
1.
vote.
The people have spoken. Otto is pushing for those guns.
Yeah, I am. Look at these guns.
I mean, how often do we also need to hide after Jared the diplomizing?
I'm gonna diplomacy
time.
away our.
Can Otto roll for initiative to see if his diplomacy tactics have convinced us?
Oh, that's okay.
I
Sure,
like
we
that.
can. I normally don't have you roll against each other, but I like it. So yeah, go ahead, Otto. Give me a sentiment roll, please.
So I'm gonna roll 2 things because I feel like
As a
it's my bread
diplomat?
and butter here. Like I'm the diplomat.
You're
I
the
convince people of
diplomat.
things.
But have you prepared to square off against your crewmates before even departing the?
Can I
For
roll
sure.
to? Can I roll
The
to
only
help
one I'm
Jer?
not prepared.
There's
The only one
already
I'm not
been
prepared to
tentacle
argue is
and
tentacles
prepared.
over
Really
Okay,
quick,
all
can
right,
I
yeah.
roll to help Jer? I want to set my gun to stun, and I want to shoot imposter.
Okay, yeah.
Also,
so give
can
me.
can I roll airlock?
Okay. We're gonna cap the rolls at 2 people here. Dwayne, you locked in first. Give me a science roll to see if you can pull off this shot on imposter. And
Just
stun him.
one dice.
1 dice, 1d6.
I rolled a 4.
Okay, so imposter in all his tentacle glory is going to take a time out on this one, and Otto, roll with sentiment to see if you can convince these fools.
You've
Roll with
hurt him.
tentacles. 'Cause I'm an AI. I'm a form
Wait,
of
what am I
AI.
rolling?
You are rolling with sentiment to see if you can convince them to take the guns along.
2 dice or 1 dice?
Just I'm only gonna give you 1 because I don't
I'll
think you
accept it.
plan for this squalor. But you, or no, actually, sorry, 2 dice because you have your friend who helped you.
Oh yeah. All right, so I'm gonna move this one away. That's a 4, and this one's a 5. A 4 and a 5.
Okay, great. So yeah, so you guys, Otto has put forth the most beautiful, convincing speech. Let's hear a little snippet of that. So why we're taking these guns with us?
You should do what I say, cause I said it.
Can I get a little bit of resistance since I'm unshakable?
Windstorm, you should do what I say, even more.
Windstorm has a look in his eye that says he is not on board with this plan, but the rest of you just nod along, and you guys have chosen the technology package and the artillery. So,
It's my tentacles.
Remember.
Way to strong arm the only group decision.
this
Feel
is the
pretty good
first crew I've seen roll against each other to decide, but yeah.
And I got shot.
No time, and then somebody got shot immediately.
Yeah, this is the earliest someone has ever been shot. That's for sure. Okay,
Wow.
so
We haven't even gotten in the ship yet.
no, we're just talking about it. Yeah.
Ship, pew.
All right. I think that those choices are going to be a great help out there in space too. Unfortunately, headquarters just alerted me that they have discovered 4 new issues with the ship. They will be able to fix 3 of them before we leave, but one of them we will simply have to deal with. I will send you a list of the known issues, and you will tell me which problem that we are going to just deal with in space too.
If no steering wheel is one of them, that's it. Because we didn't get the piloting system, so no steering wheel has to go with us.
So this would be a great opportunity to let the people speak again. So I'm going to tell you what the problems are. So unfortunately, like all great things, there were a couple issues along the way. First problem here, this baby is a gas guzzler. Something is gone wrong with that engine, and if we don't fix this, you're going to be able to get to space 2, and you'll probably be able to get home, but you're going to have to find some additional fuel source out there if you want to make it back. Next up, we have less than ideal healthcare coverage. So, as I told you, Cooper, our
Glad we shot
beloved
somebody.
captain, yeah. So maybe a little careful with those guns. Captain Cooper is in the med bay. Unfortunately, they only installed 1 med pod. So Cooper's already in there. If you guys don't add some additional coverage before we head out, then you are not going to be able to put anyone in a med pod unless you somehow find a way to fix Cooper. But it will be occupied. So it puts a little more risk in terms of, if y'all get shot, maybe it won't end so well. Next up, poor wiring. The electricians were not exactly above board, didn't really do this thing up to code. So right now, 50% of the time, it short circuits every time. If you don't fix this, things could go wrong at the wrong moment. It's up to you guys if you want to try and get that patched. And the last issue that has been determined here is a little one that we like to call Captain A-Hole. We all love Cooper. We all know that. But apparently, he has already made a name for himself in Space 2 using that super smartphone. And that name is not good. So our social media team can repair his image. But if they don't get on that ASAP, you guys will probably have a hard time making friends out there.
That feels a little targeted. I'm not gonna lie.
I like that
Feel
is
a
our
little
only choice.
So we have to live with one of these, or we
You
have
have
to
to.
resolve one.
You have to live with one of them.
Okay, so we're gonna resolve 3 of them, and one of them stays.
That's right. Yeah, headquarters will take care of 3, and then you just have to tell them which one. Like, that you'll suffer through.
And we're throwing this as a vote to.
Chat is going
Your
to
chat.
get a vote for fixing one of these things, and we will choose the other two.
Ooh.
Very cool.
I'm just going to put this out there. We definitely want to make sure we don't repair the health coverage.
That is my favorite one to keep. Although wiring is right up there.
I mean, we do
As
have an
a-
engineer.
As the medic, I feel like we'll be fine. I mean, I'm a robot, so like.
But you do have a medic on board, so that's pretty good, you know.
I don't know. I feel like for Jared to really shine, we need to make sure that he has to do a lot of work.
That's true.
And I want to see and force him to do a lot of work. Because he's a lazy
That's very
motherfucker.
fair.
Oh, we
I-
want to swear? Oops.
Oh, swear jar! Somebody that isn't me.
Cursing.
Welcome
So,
to the
oh yeah,
club.
because you weren't on it. We have a swear jar running on Savannah's stream. Every time one of us swears, it ticks up, and at the moment, I'm paying $1 a swear.
We're at
For
141.
swears. So,
It fucking
I believe
sucks.
others are doing like a quarter or something similar, but I made a dubious choice at the very beginning.
I can get behind that.
I was like, how much do I really swear? $1 is probably fine. It might not
Ooh,
be
yeah.
fine.
Well, this is
I said
Uh,
half penny. I said half penny.
Half penny. I got a hey penny.
I don't know how much it is either, Lana.
I was just thinking of like the Christmas song, and I'm just like, what is a halfpenny?
So,
Seemed a lot less than $1. Sorry, go ahead.
being from planet Blargnock and having tentacles, the tentacles just regrow. So I don't think I really need medical help. Also, I don't like robots. So,
Oh.
except GG. GG is cool.
Okay, thank you. I was a little nervous there. How do you feel about traveling with a sentient form of artificial intelligence? How's that
Well,
going
you
for
haven't shot me yet, so
This is odd yet.
we're at a neutral. We're at a neutral zone here, but Dwayne the
Dwayne-
Rock Johnson, he's
Oh,
in a
it's fine,
negative reputation with me.
Okay. All right. So I'm still solid. That's good to know. It's good to know.
The chat has
Please,
chosen
Captain
gas guzzler to fix.
Okay. So what other two do you guys want to fix? What is the one? Do you want to be stuck with less than ideal healthcare coverage, poor wiring, or Captain A-hole?
We can deal with that
Yeah.
asshole captain.
Did we get artillery? I think Captain Asshole and artillery go together.
Yeah, we got artillery, so we might. Who cares if he was an asshole? He's got artillery.
I mean, does Jared think he's talking us our way out of anything? So
Oh,
really,
absolutely.
Captain
Of
A-hole.
all of it.
Totally. I am more than capable of talking us out of anything as long as we have guns.
You are the diplomat. Obviously, if you're that good, we don't need a nice captain anyways. So
Totally. I
He's
was the one
gonna
that
die
told him to
anyways.
tweet that. I was like,
Yep.
you know, you get to do that. Do that. shit."
exactly.
Okay. All right.
It sounds
well,
like the tweet was racist now, and now I'm uncomfortable. but it's fine. Just move forward.
He didn't
You know what?
write the tweet.
Tell,
he just
tell
told
the
him
internet
to
what you
send
think
it.
about those people. You do that. That's a good idea, Captain.
Those aliens.
Those. What do you mean, my alien?
All right, guys. Well, with that, the ship is repaired, and we are the first crew to make it successfully into Space 2. Smooth sailing through the interdimensional portal, and this is the first thing you guys see when you arrive. So, there are two planets in the distance. One is a little bit bigger than the other. They're both pretty, you can easily get there. It doesn't look like there's going to necessarily be anything in between you and them. And you also see another ship in the distance that appears to be traveling past the planets, not really going towards anything in particular. But that is the first direct sign of life that you are seeing. On the big planet, it looks like there's what appears to be some sort of civilization. It looks like there's something there, right? You can see what appears to be maybe like a large city. It looks a little more populated than the smaller one. Where would you guys like to head? Would you like to go to little planet, big planet, or do you want to try and go make some friends?
As a human, this is all very new to me. Never seen this before. We should definitely not go to the big
That's fair. Let's go
GG.
to the
Do we
small one.
have scanners on board to scan the life forms on the the planets, or do we actually have to go down there?
With your technology package, I will let you scan one planet, and if you roll well, I will give you a little bit of additional information before you make that choice. Is that what you guys want to do? Okay, which planet do we want to scan?
I feel like the smaller one.
Yeah.
Less weapons that they could possibly have. Or maybe that means a higher weapon per square mile density. Oh no. I need to retreat into my tentacles to think about this for a minute.
That
Buyer's
small
remorse.
planet problem where they feel like they have something to prove, right? So they're
Oh,
like
yeah.
absolutely starting fights.
No, land doesn't shoot people. People shoot people, right?
Okay,
Okay,
National
human.
Space Gun Association.
All right, so which of you is going to be running the scanners on small planet here? Who wants to go ahead and do that?
I'm assuming I should be a scientist.
That feels right.
And
I mean, depends on what the scientist has as a number, right?
Nope, just scientists.
nope, yeah. So I feel like as the only not artificial, the only alien in this group, because obviously human one is a human. I feel like I would be best to scan this different life form to see what we can find.
Okay,
His number 2?
his
Yeah, it's
number
2.
is 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so we would want to
Don't-
go with a higher number, right?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. All right. So
Doesn't
that
matter.
all tracks. So imposter, I'm gonna let you roll 2d6. I'm gonna say that you are prepared in the sense of you are in fact from an alien planet. You're not from this dimension, but you're also not from Earth, and you're a scientist. So you know what? I'm actually gonna let you roll. I'm gonna let you roll 3. I'm gonna give you 1 for scientist, 1 for being an alien, and you get 1 for just rolling. You are rolling with science, so you need to get below your number.
One one die for each tentacle.
That's
So-
right. so,
So-
give me 3d6 and let me know how it goes.
3d6. 4, 6, 6.
Nice.
All right. The scans have come back, and it turns out there's absolutely nothing there. I don't even know what that little thing you can see with your own eyes is. There's nothing. It's empty.
Fantastic.
Well, thank you for the report, Gigi.
Not the first time I heard that today.
My work here is done. Let's move on, everybody.
All right, so now that Imposter has done that scan and you guys know there's nothing there, do you want to head on down to Small Planet, or do you want to choose a different path? What would you like to do?
Nothing there to check out, apparently.
Yeah.
You can see with your own eyeballs that there looks to be like a very small, like outpost type situation, but obviously there's nothing, you know, inhabiting it or whatever. The scans have all come back negative, but you can see that there is something on the planet that doesn't look like the rest of it.
Just to be clear, did our scan fail because imposter is an asshole, or is it because there's nothing there? Sounds like it failed and there is something there.
I mean, as far as you know, everything should be working, right? Like headquarters told you that you were good to go. They fixed the problems, so it should have read accurately. But you know, imposter was the one manning it, and that's the feedback that he got.
Sometimes
Listen,
you have a
I've seen a
tentacle
lot of these
slippage.
things, and these things are never wrong. And imposter would never have gotten that wrong. You can trust me. I know what I'm talking about. So trust it.
All right, so big one, the big planet.
Sure, let's go to the big planet.
Yeah, yeah. Let's
Wait,
go to the
didn't
big
we
one.
just scan the small one?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
nothing
but
there.
there's nothing
There's
there.
All right.
The science
we
checks
did-
out.
So the one we checked, we're like, all right, we checked. Let's go to the other one blind. Got it. All right.
All right.
Yeah,
we
we
checked.
checked
Listen,
one and there's nothing
We admit
there.
we should have got the advanced piloting system. All right, get over it.
Like if
We're
we're
going to
looking
the
for
big planet.
something and we look in one thing and it's not there, we
It's
go
gotta
in
be
the
any
other
other
one.
place.
What are we looking for? I
Real talk. Can you fly?
Anything.
Do you not remember what we were looking for? How embarrassing for you. I honestly don't remember.
All I have to do is fly, and I don't have to know what we need.
We're looking for anything, and there was nothing at this other planet
Yeah.
because
That's
we
not true.
scanned
There's
it.
an outpost. What are you saying? There's nothing.
No, the scanner
The-
said there's nothing, that it
There's
might not
nothing.
even be a
The computer doesn't lie.
thing might not even be there, according to the scanner. Are you smarter than the scanner? The scanner is
Yes,
not even
I am.
confident that we see that.
It could be a
Clearly,
mirage.
and mirage.
Working the scanner.
Have you ever
We
been
don't-
in a desert?
Has my gun recharged since earlier?
Good luck landing.
It has. It has. Okay. All right. So you guys
God.
look at small planet. You decide there is absolutely nothing here. The scanners don't lie. Everybody knows that. You head over to Big Planet. Do you want to attempt a landing on Big Planet? So when you get there, I will tell you what you see with your naked eye. No scanners involved. You can see, like I said, what appear to be a couple large, maybe cities, is I guess how you would describe it. There's like clearly what appears to be some sort of built structure, and in a few of them. So there's a couple different city type things. I mean, it's hard to see from this level, but you can see that it's not just natural surroundings. There's some sort of built up area. There's a couple of those different areas. So you could attempt to land in one of those areas. You could attempt to maybe send out some sort of communication. It's up to you guys. What would you like to do now that you are in front of Big Planet and you see these, we'll say, 3 different cities, for lack of a better word? And remember, your mission here is essentially a scouting mission. So you're the first humans to get to this dimension. And, that's, you're trying to get a feel for what's going on over here in
So we
space, too.
definitely want to go
5 of us
someplace
are
where
good.
something is.
Yeah, for sure.
We definitely don't want to go where nothing is.
Also true.
Yes. Okay.
The math checks out.
So I watched Scooby Doo, and they like to split up.
We should
I
split
don't
the
know.
party.
I don't know if we're there yet. I'd like to recommend against it. But I just wanted to mention.
I disagree. I think that we should be splitting the party almost immediately.
I mean, Otto, you do have that vac suit. If you wanted to just sort of jettison towards one of
Yeah,
the one
go.
of the cities and have everyone else go to the other one. That's,
I promise we will pick you up at some point.
I'm not liking my. I don't want to be apart from imposter.
The farther he is from the guns, the better he can negotiate.
I need the guns right next to me.
to be an effective negotiator.
Yeah, my
Okay.
negotiation drops
Really
off
quick,
very
can you repeat
quickly
the
without
The
the options.
middle one.
You want to go? You want to go to one of the? So you decided not nothing, definitely something. So do you want to head towards one of these city-looking things? Is that what you'd like to do?
I think probably on the outside of whatever city we choose would be nice instead of just
Do
dropping
do
down
we
on
see
the center
do we
map.
see any proper landing area that would be safe for our pilot to unshakably land the craft?
Not from this distance, but if you if you guys are committed to the idea of getting closer to attempt a landing sort of outside one of these cities, then we can move in that direction.
I definitely think we all get into a small enclosed area where I can tentacle you and
Okay.
Oh, I
go
like
go
this
down
plan, then.
towards
Whatever
the
this plan
planet.
is, I'm
Yeah.
on.
So Imposter's going to do a group hug, tentacle grab for emotional support, and Windstorm, you're going to drive us closer to the planet to
Yes.
see if you can find a safe landing zone, some sort of established landing area to the best of your ability. So go ahead and give me, let's just do one straight up D6 roll with science as you're piloting the ship towards closer to the surface here.
Unshakably. Was that the word?
Yeah.
4.
4. Okay, great. So yes, you can see that just outside of this city-looking space, there appears to be some sort of essentially airfield. So you can see that there are other ships around there, and also some empty sort of appear to be landing pads. If you want to head towards one of them, you absolutely can.
And should.
pilot.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Since I'm just driving the bus and they're making the decisions.
All right. So as you are heading down here, you guys get a message coming over the loudspeakers, and you hear, unidentified aircraft, please tell me, who is this exactly?
Otto?
This is the.
Please.
I already forgot our name. The they.
They. The they.
We'll be scribbling that shit down right there. Which, this is the they. We are coming to help you with all the things you're not doing well.
That's a bit presumptuous, but where is it you're coming from exactly, they?
Not here. Space. Over that way. Earth.
Oh, you hail from space? Yes, I am a big fan. I vacation there every second winter. Well, we'll just need your access code, and we'll get you right down here in a jiff.
Access
Or is it
code,
a
yeah.
GIF?
Ask if it's a four number pin or an 8-number pin.
Yeah, access code. That's hold on, I had it down here. What did it look like again? What was the format of that for my own recollection?
The access code? The form?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you made it. It depends. I don't know your access. You're not supposed to share your access code with anyone. I mean, you tell me, obviously. But
Well, I don't want to tell you. This feels like a phishing scam to me. I mean, like they tell me not to do this over the radio, and now here you are. Like, how do I know that you are who you say you are?
Well, I mean, who else can talk to you from the planet? I mean, I thought this was pretty clear. Anyway, listen, are you going to give me the access code or not? It's very confusing. I mean, I like
don't feel
your time.
comfortable with it.
Roll.
Maybe you give me half of what you think it is, and I'll give you the rest.
All right, so go ahead and roll for me. Give me a 1d6 sentiment roll. Let's see. Let's just get a feel for how you're coming across with your conversationalist here.
I need to roll over a 2.
That's right.
5. Ha ha.
5. Okay.
Sounds
okay,
like it hit the floor. Did that count?
No, I have my my little dice tower.
Okay.
Nice.
Just want to make sure we're playing fair.
We're keeping on the up and up. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, listen, I don't normally do this, but I like you, so I'll tell you this. The first part of your access code is banana.
Banana. I was gonna say that. Banana. For sure.
So you just give me the second half, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I wrote it on the bottom of my keyboard, and now I gotta flip this thing over, but it's really heavy.
Listen, you seem like a great guy. Just come on down. Let's not even worry about it.
You're the best. You know what? You say hi to your wife, husband, significant other, family for me.
I'll tell Janart that you say hello. It's very nice of you to ask about her. She's doing great. Thank you. So you hear
Diplomacy.
you hear a little,
Interstellar relations.
you hear a little ding, and you look down at one of the screens there, and it says access granted. It gives Windstorm perfect coordinates to the landing pad, and you guys safely make it down. So once you get down to planet level here, you find yourselves in a bustling little cityscape. There is clearly activity here. Like I said, there were other ships. There's no one really at the landing site right now, so you guys sort of have a minute to decide what you want to do. You don't see any workers or anything. It doesn't appear that anyone's at the other ships. They seem to, be parked. And there is a clear path towards the city. And there is also what appears to be like a sort of, I guess, like maintenance bay for the ship. So you could either head into town, or you could, go see if maybe there is some people here, working on these things that you're just not seeing right now. And what would you guys like to do? And if you want to sort of talk real quick to decide sort of what your strategy is as you go through this planet, you're more than welcome to. It's up to you guys. You have some time here while you're not going to be disturbed as you're on board the USS They.
Windstorm, you landed marginally well. Why don't you tell us where you'd like us to go?
That's the walking part, not the flying part.
I'm just assuming you're better at that.
I think we should stick
We haven't
to
seen
the,
any of them, right? We have no idea what they look like.
No.
God, I hope they have
I think we
tentacles.
should stick to the if we can find markets or people working on or things working in the mech base.
I say we split up. I do not want to be with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
How did that have anything to do with what I said?
Because he shot me!
He did shoot. I'm going with imposter. We should split the party.
Split up and do what? That it
Well,
literally had nothing to do.
You can explore twice as fast if you have two groups.
What are you exploring for?
Exactly. I don't know.
Exactly.
So if we find multiple things, as long as we're not finding nothing, we're finding something.
Like we would on the imaginary
That's
planet that
science.
doesn't even exist.
I just want to. I just want to point out that, Jared, that guy seemed to really like you, and I'm not sure if like asking about someone's significant other here is a come on. Like, was he like into that?
He
Maybe
did
he
seem
could
really
show you
into
around.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Ooh, you could get a private tour.
Yeah, I can't really wink
Imposter,
well, so
do you
I'm just
wanna-
gonna like do that.
Yeah, cover one eye. That was a wink.
I
I
mean,
will
Do
tell
you want to
you-
go see if we can get dinner with that fun-sounding man?
I've got tentacles for anyone, so. And enough
You
to
only have
share.
two.
No, I definitely have at least 3.
I only have one.
Depends on how excited I am.
Between us, we are averaged to roughly 2.
I'm with partner here. This is asinine. So I'm going.
I feel like that was a language.
Nope, it
So-
wasn't.
I
It's
will
not.
say, next to the like mechanics bay, there does appear to be like a little sort of radio tower type situation. So if you're looking for Jarnart's partner, that would probably be where you would find him.
Mm.
Oh yeah, we don't know their name.
No.
We know his wife's name.
This wouldn't be creepy. Just hey, look, I just talked to you on the radio. We really need to. All of us seek them out and say hi. Can I?
Not
take
all
you
of
out to dinner?
us.
Yeah,
When-
all 6 of us want to take you out for dinner. Do you guys eat dinner? Do you eat?
Windstorm.
Is that a thing?
Do we eat you? How does this work here?
Yeah.
Windstorm, you're
we
seeming,
probably-
seeming very
At some
nervous.
Introduce yourself first.
Can
I
I
say we go the other way now as a group.
can I put my tentacles on Windstorm to get his sense of actual feelings? Because he
Nope.
seems pretty tense for being unshakable.
Maybe give him a tentacle massage.
I
Or a
Get some
suckle.
tension
slide the
out.
cockpit doors closed and lock it.
Just
Alright.
leave the AC on if you're gonna stay in here yourself.
Yeah. See, there's a crack a window.
Crack a window.
Okay, so Otto and Imposter are interested in meeting Mr. Jarnart's partner.
Mr. Jarnart's fine.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah,
Jarnart will work.
Mr. Jarnart.
Human number 1, where do you stand? Where would you like to do?
Opposite of that tentacle thing. I don't want to
Okay.
be anywhere near those.
All right, opposite of that would be heading into the city. Would be the opposite of the Jarnart path. So that's 1 vote for into the city. Dwayne, what are you thinking?
Definitely into the city.
Okay, Parnar.
You said there was like a repair bay.
Yeah, that's right
Yeah,
next to
no
the little radio
people.
tower.
No tentacles. I would like to go there.
Okay, you vote for the repair bay. That is on the way to Jarnart, so you'd
Yeah,
be
I
you'd be
figured.
with him
I'll
for a
peel
little
off.
bit. Okay. And Windstorm, what are you thinking? You want to join Dwayne and Human 1 heading towards the city?
Do you want to join us?
Or do you want to go with Parnar to the mechanics bay, but not all the way to Jarnart's tower? Or do you want to roll the dice and meet Mr. Jarnart?
Do
you wanna meet Mr.
desire to
Jarnart?
do that? Are we concerned about leaving the ship by itself, or?
I
You
mean,
You should lock
I
the
got
doors.
it.
Like, boop, boop.
Okay, I'll just go with partner then, because that seems the least bad.
okay, so Human 1 and Dwayne are to the city. we got
He then immediately split the party. Love it.
Into 3.
into 3.
Yeah,
nicely
not
done.
just 2.
Not even split.
That means we can find things 3 times as fast.
Made
Exactly.
the joke, said we
Said
shouldn't
every
do it.
horror
We're gonna
movie
find
ever.
love.
The science checks
and
out.
The science does check out. You can cover more ground. Okay, so I have my different groups here. So let's see. Since it's closer, we're gonna say Windstorm and Parnar, and Otto. At this point, Otto and Imposter are also with you guys because the mechanics bay is on the way to Jarnart Tower. That's what we're gonna call it from now on.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to this bay, and it's pretty similar to what you would see at Earth. I mean, the materials and supplies look a little bit different, but it's clearly like there are ship parts here. It's nothing too crazy. You can recognize that. And you see for the first time one of the inhabitants of this planet. And I think we should let the chat have a second here to tell us what these things look like. I think that would be helpful.
I dig that a lot.
All right.
Chat full of weebs.
Bunch of times.
Hey, do not disparage the chat.
I asked you. I didn't say they were. I asked you. You know
Literally
your
everybody who's talked in chat so far has been a weeb.
I see you,
So we
Alex.
have giant bugs.
Okay, giant bugs. Okay.
I like that.
Very District 9.
Giant bugs.
Good shit.
Okay, we're gonna go with giant bugs. So you see what appears to be a just massive beetle. It is standing upright, and it's wearing pants with just more leg holes than you ever thought was possible. It's
Does it
sort
have
of a,
overalls?
oh yeah, mechanics overalls. I like that. Yeah. It's sort of a cross between like a beetle and like a millipede. There's too many legs down there. You've never seen anything quite like it. Otto is
I've seen
probably-
more tentacles than that.
I was about to say, Otto's at least a little intrigued, I'm guessing.
I've never seen so many legs before. Intoxicated.
days.
And this giant bug creature is alongside what appears to be like it's larger than certainly what we have on Earth, but almost like a stick bug. Also wearing the matching overalls, and stands about like probably 3/4 height your average human. The beetle thing is about probably 8 feet tall. It's a much larger creature. And you notice that on the backs of the overalls it says Parnar Corp. It appears to be like the company that they work for, and they are both working away on some sort of project. So they haven't turned. They don't seem to know that you guys are there yet. What do you want to do?
No, boo.
Does my Google Translate translate Parnar Corp to human?
That is, it's not necessarily that you're looking at like English letters or Blarnar text, but yeah, you look at your super smartphone and it says Parnar Corp.
Mm.
I look at my phone. I look up. Look at my phone. I look up.
Us too.
I feel like I should be suing them for some copyright or something at this point.
Is there something you should have told us?
Are you an
Maybe I have a
imposter?
rich uncle I did not know about.
What are they working on?
You can't really tell. I mean, some sort of. It's not like a full size ship, but they're clearly working away at something. Maybe it's an engine. Maybe you're not quite sure.
Can I roll it? I mean, as a
Oh,
pilot,
sure.
science
Yeah,
roll.
So go ahead and roll with science.
For just a 6.
Yeah, just 1d6. Yeah.
4.
Yeah. So you can tell that this appears to be just like a lone engine piece. So like essentially like the rocket part of the ship.
Right, yeah,
Just
I got
one of them.
Okay.
what do you guys want to do? Do you want to try and talk to them? Do you want to keep moving on your way and try and like sneak past them? What would you like?
Just like, casually walk up there and be like, yeah, I like the decision there with that. I don't know. You're the engineer, that fucking wrench.
It's,
I look at
did
Windstorm and I'm just like, oh god.
you feel like you're using the right amount of carburetor in there?
You missed this
God.
5/16. You missed this 5/16.
Okay, so you guys, all right. So Pardar and Windstorm, we've established that you two are teams. So you guys are gonna walk up to talk to them. Otto and Imposter, are you going along for this Big Beetle ride, or are you going to continue on to try and find Mr. Jarnart in his tower?
As much as this seems sexy, I feel like we do need to go find Jarnar Tower.
You should very much go. Yep.
But think about it. What if this is as many legs as we're going to see?
You can always come back to these legs.
What?
First of all, that is a great sentence. And I appreciate that a lot. That's fair. Compelling argument. Shall we
Oh,
continue
man.
on?
Well, yeah, continue on.
Buster?
Okay, so you guys are gonna continue on.
Hold
So,
my tentacle.
Okay, so Windstorm and Parnard, you guys get up and yeah, you make some benign comment like, oh yeah, I like the technique you got with that wrench there. And the big beetle and the little stick bug turn around, and the little stick bug just goes, "Oh my god, what the hell are you? What the actual shit? Oh my god, where are all your legs? You only have 2 legs."
And I promptly vomit because I don't do bugs.
The unshakable pilot is shook.
Unshakable. Just, whoa.
And the big beetle looks at the vomiting Windstorm and at Parnar and his little friend and says, "Oh, calm down, little one. I've seen jelly folk like this in my time. What brings you here to the bay?"
We are exoskeletons. I understand. Also, vomiting, not our normal greeting. Please do not assume that is how we say hello. That was real weird.
It's how
we
we
are-
do it in my culture, but to each their own.
See?
Seems very slippery.
All the
We
best
like
things are.
it wet.
Oh, nice.
I feel like my job is just to set them up for you all. Just set. We have come as emissaries to learn stuff from you. Also, what's the name of the company you work for?
I work for the Parnar Corp, as does everyone in this city. Where do you come from?
Earth 3.
Is that where we're from? Earth 3? Sure.
Now we are.
Nice.
Earth. The same Earth as Cooper.
Nope. No, Earth 3. Earth 3.
Who?
I know the 3 part got cut off there. Definitely Earth 3.
Okay, I want each of you
Their diplomacy.
to roll with sentiment. I will let you each roll 2 dice because I will say you're going to help each other in getting
With
across
sixes?
this lie. Yeah, so
So
2
basically,
d6s
one of us has to roll a 6.
or 5. If you get your science and
Oh.
sentiment number, that counts as a success. So
I rolled 2 3s.
I rolled a 5 and a 3.
okay, all right. So with that roll, they are going to accept your answer of Earth 3. They're going to take that at face value. And more than that, because that is your science and sentiment number, you get to ask me any question you want, and I will answer you honestly. So I am not allowed to lie, or I'm not going to give you I'm not going to play like lawyer mode and give you like a half answer. I will actually tell you the truth.
Does the question have to be about the game, or can he literally ask you about anything?
Oh my god, I was just gonna do that too.
I mean, for the kids, I guess anything.